Greetings, my name is Justin Roberts, licensed massage therapist and craniosacral therapist diplomate from the Upledger Institute Clinic. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the Point Inducer. So this red device has a somewhat soft texture to it, bouncy, and quite interesting to say the least. But what it is for is our craniosacral system is constantly filling and emptying. And what this pretty much does is it helps bring the system to a gradual stopping, or what we call a still point. So just as if your cell phone or computer, if you had it on for a couple weeks and you didn't turn it off, it starts to act a little slow, what we would do is turn it off, let it reset, and then turn it back on. And essentially that's what this does, is it turns the system off and it allows the cerebrospinal fluid in the brain to get to a point where it fills up, and then it naturally turns on and creates almost like a shotgun experience of where we have that cerebrospinal fluid flow through our brain and our spinal cord, and essentially is resetting our central nervous system. So now I'm going to be demonstrating on how to use it. Alright, so now I'm going to be demonstrating on how this device works and where it's supposed to be properly positioned. So there's two mounds here, and these go, if you follow the rule of thumb, go ahead and relax your head. The top of the ear, if you follow the top of the ear to the back of the head, you'll usually find a couple bony prominences, or we call them external occipital protuberances, and in the back there you'll feel two little mounds, or two little, depending on the anatomy of the client's head. And what you want to do is you want to line where you found those bumps in the back of the head with the center of the device on each side. So then you rest it right on top, and you'll ask the client if it's comfortable, because sometimes it's just maneuvering it just a millimeter up or down or to the sides until it feels like it's the sweet spot, like it feels just comfortable and you could just essentially take a little nap on it. So how does this feel?
Feels great.
Feels good?
Comfortable.
Comfortable, not any achy or pinchy, or like it's
Nope.
like, okay.
Feels like my head's floating.
Like your head's floating. Okay, great. So she mentioned that it feels like her head is floating. And that's essentially what we want. We want it to be comfortable and already start to stimulate, or already start to create a calming effect. So then we'll leave her on it for about 10 minutes and then we'll come back. Welcome back. So it's been 10 minutes, and that's about how long, 10 to 15 minutes per usage or per session you'd like to use the still point for. Go ahead and bring your head back down just to relax for a couple minutes or so. And afterwards, it's also nice to just kind of put off to the side, relax a little bit, allow the body to acclimate to just laying down flat. So ideal applications for this, people who have headaches, if you're waking up and you feel a little groggy or you need a little bit of energy to start, or to have a reset before you start your day. Some other things, some contraindications that I'd like to talk about. If you are having any intracranial pressure changes that are a detriment to your health, I would not advise using this. Again, I'm not a doctor, but as a massage therapist and craniosacral therapist, if intracranial pressure changes will endanger the health and well-being of the client, do not use this device until you're cleared by your physician. Also, if there's any recent trauma to the head, or if there is any herniation of the brainstem, which is an Arnold-Chiari syndrome, and if there's any fracture to C1, because it puts a little bit of tension through the cranial base, which includes C1. So now we're going to put this aside and we're just going to check in here. So whenever you're ready, you can kind of open your eyes and share how was your experience.
It felt very relaxing, and I felt like a sense of being drawn in deep into this massage table, and it was really decompressing of the neck and the head, and it allowed me to have some really nice releases, some really deep breaths in through the nose and emptying the stomach. It brought a sense of calming into my awareness, and other than relaxation, just like almost a sense of bliss. So it really makes you stop what you're currently going or doing in a day's worth of work or experiencing, and kind of brings you into your own breath, your own awareness, body, and it feels really nice.
Fantastic. Great. So this is just a short video on how to use the still point inducer, and again, to go over from the beginning, we do not put it under the neck. We put it pretty much level with the middle, with the top of the ear, with the middle of the device, which ends up going about there. So not up too high, not too high. It's not a neck stretch or anything like that. This is going to go on the cranium itself. So thanks for tuning in. It was my pleasure to share this wonderful device with you. And ideally, this can be used a couple times a day, once a day. I forgot to mention also, it's pretty much like getting a 2 to 3 hour nap of how restful, just like Marcella mentioned, of how restful and calm and relaxing it feels. So it's a great way to get a rejuvenation in which we would get from a deep sleep. I contact Upledger Institute, and under the products, you should find the Still Point Inducer. So check it out. Hope to see you soon, and take care. Bye-bye.